Here we go. Hey, welcome to ScifiVisions. This is the season premiere of our new episodes, our webisodes that we're doing, the podcast, if you will. I'm going to bring in my co-host real quick. This is Duck. Duck, how are you? How you doing, man? All right, and I'm also going to bring in our engineer, Michael Carnahan. He's going to be here with us as well. So what we are going to do real quick, let me fix this. It's taking me a minute to get used to this because last time that we did podcasts, we didn't have to do everything live. It was actually a lot different.
What are you trying to fix, Sean?
There we go. Welcome to ScifiVisions. It's there on the bottom. There we go. So yeah, we have welcomed you guys there. A little history about the show. It was started in 1991 by my dad, Joe Castleberry. Way back in the day, it was a television show that was actually on cable access television there in the Bay Area, in Fremont, Newark, California. Went all over the Bay Area there. And he stopped doing that around 2001, 2002, started ScifiVisions.com on tripod. And that's when Mr. Duck came in.
Wait, I purposely got on my screen the sites of the show, our illustrious founder. And just while you were talking, I wanted to the folks to be able to see my screen, to be able to see some of the stuff you're talking about. So let's. So I'm going to allow you to keep going, but I wanted to. This is the original ScifiVisions website, and this is something I wanted to show everybody. I had to show everybody.
And I mean, I got to give you guys credit. I'm just saying because that was pretty futuristic. Because what you were saying, this started in the late '90s. This was a pretty daggum good website for that time frame.
And this guy right here is the person he was speaking about. Can you guys see my screen?
Absolutely, I've got it up live.
That's the Admiral. That's Admiral Joe.
That's Admiral Joe, and I'm going to give you one guess who this is.
Oh, wow. Wow. No way. Hold up. You weren't such a pretty boy back then, Sean.
What?
Come on now. You were totally rocking the freaking polo sweater. You probably had on Doc Martens.
No, I never did Doc Martens. No.
Oh, well, we can't see his feet, right? Let's see. Oh, darn.
Oh, man.
Lieutenant Sean. Lieutenant
I
Sean.
love the look of Lieutenant Sean's face, too. He's like, I'm bad.
What?
That was the camera.
So let's go back. I wanted to add that this banner was almost the birth of the .com, this little planet sliding across. That's my first ScifiVisions banner when I met Mr. Castleberry. And here, let's show back. So, and he was so into my art that he didn't mind me using his name. I was under the laughable impression that I created this out of my mind. And then back then it was excite.com. I excited the name. And I seen Mr. Castleberry's website, and I spoke with him. And yeah, he loved my art so much, he let me create the official ScifiVisions banner. So this right here was the birth of the .com.
Well, and I mean, that's so cool. You know, that's one thing I've learned through doing our Shenanigans podcast. on Sundays, man, is it seems like the sci-fi community is really cool about doing stuff like that. It's not, hey, that's my intellectual property and so on and so forth. That's really cool.
We've definitely had issues with people trying to steal our name.
Oh,
even use our motto, because like we're Sci-Fi Visions, where reality is only a state of mind. There are people that have stolen that or tried to, or taken a variant of that. There's a couple out there, and we've shown them we've got the copyright for this. We've had it for many, many years, and intellectual property. It's an ongoing battle. It's what you got to do all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Bugs the crap out of me. But this one is the site now. We haven't done much with it, but this is the ScifiVisions official.
Hold up, wait. I'm totally digging the dude with the rocket attached to his back. Like, hey, I'm about to fuck shit up.
Yeah, that's basically most of our viewers and ourselves, the dreamers that that use spit, tape, and and a prayer to put something together, and make something awesome happen.
I wonder how much alcohol was involved in this picture.
That's awesome. I don't know, but yeah, that's this is the official website, and of course this goes to the official Facebook. And,
absolutely, and if you are watching this right now, like the ScifiVisions Facebook page, go ahead and go to the YouTube channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Just felt like a good point to get all that good PR work in.
Yes, sir. So let me go back to the studio with you guys, and
okay.
More on that later.
All right. So one of the things that we were actually going to talk about after this, we've talked a little bit about the history of ScifiVisions. Donald and I met almost 10 years ago. We started working on ScifiVisions, a podcast where we would actually film segments and edit them together and then put, an episode out. We did 10 episodes, which was really cool, but it was so time consuming and, just trying to get everything together and all the videos and editing. And here we are in 2020, and look how easy this is. Look how it's unbelievable what we're able to do now. I mean, compared to what my dad did in his studio on cable access to what we did almost 20 years later and to what we're doing now. I mean, it's just amazing. Technology has just grown so much. It made things so much better for us.
The only bad thing about this.
All the viewers should stay tuned for our second episode, because we're going to show one of the episodes, some parts of the show that we used to do together, me and Sean.
Right.
The only bad thing about this is now we're working without a net. We're not live to tape. We're live to live.
Live to live, right? And that's what Joe originally did when we did the cable access. It was broadcast live originally, and then they do reruns, which was pretty cool. I mean, he was kind of famous for being Admiral Joe out there in the Bay Area. And yeah, we're just doing this now on Podcast Network 49, which has been around for a while. We do a lot of different shows and things like that. But Donald and I have been wanting to bring this back for a long, long time. We wanted to make sure that we did everything right when we did it. So the next thing on the agenda that we were going to talk about, though, was going to be The Mandalorian and episode 6. Now, I know Donald saw it. Michael, you haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Have you seen any of The Mandalorian at all?
I have not been able to see any of The Mandalorian. Trust me, I've been wanting to, especially this season when I found out that, we had one of my favorite female wrestlers was going to be on there, because I always knew she was a big Star Wars fan, but that's pretty cool to me that they have that crossover. And then I didn't know that Gina Carano was involved with this project, the MMA fighter. So that makes it even more badass.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you got the Baby Yoda memes, and who doesn't love Baby Yoda?
Yeah. I mean, it's Grogu now. Isn't that his name?
Yep, Grogu.
Grogu.
Oh,
yeah.
Is there a new meme lord?
No. It's
So that's
they
his
actually gave
official name.
the character a name in the last episode. So spoiler alert. Most people have already seen that. Not to worry about it. But today's episode just dropped. Episode 6. It was called Tragedy, and man, I really want to talk all about it because so many awesome things happen. And how many people do you think haven't seen it yet, Donald?
I hadn't. Me and you had to watch it together when I turned my screen on and logged into Disney because I didn't even know. I thought you were talking about the previous episode where I think we should hold off at least a few days because there's going to be a lot of. If I hadn't seen it, and I'm a huge fan. We might want to just dance around it a little bit and then go over the episode where Baby Yoda got his name officially.
Right. So the last episode 5, the Jedi that was presented in the episode, she came from the Clone Wars, Akasha. Is that her name? I forget.
No, Tao.
I want to say it's Akasha. I can't remember. Now I have to look it up. Gosh darn it.
No, no, you're messing me up. I got that name, your name in my head. Usually I say her name it ends with Tao, Tao. Oh my God, I'm going blank.
By the way, while y'all are looking this up, I'll go ahead and let it be known. If y'all want to comment on the video, we'll bring your comments. If you want to interact with us live, we'll bring in the comments. That way, you guys can be a part of the show.
Okay, I had it wrong. It was Ahsoka, not Akasha.
Ahsoka, there it is.
Damn it, Sean!
Looking it up, yeah.
It was the introduction of Ahsoka, who was a main character in the Clone Wars. She was a character that was the apprentice to Anakin Skywalker before he became Darth Vader. Yeah. So if you haven't watched, episodes 1, 2, and 3, you don't know anything about Star Wars at all. Holy shit, we're even the last 30 years. Seriously. But Ahsoka is finally Rosario Dawson actually plays her, and
Rosario Dawson's in this too. God damn!
Yes, he plays Ahsoka.
Yeah. Hold up, I've been missing some shit.
Dude,
I love Rosario Dawson.
Kevin Smith came out and did this whole thing. He was just applauding her for actually being a part of it. She was in Clerks, and it was just Clerks 2. I'm sorry, and it was phenomenal watching her bring this character to live action. That was really amazing.
Well, they had Starbuck too in the previous one.
Right.
I forgot her name too, but the newer Starbuck, the female Starbuck, plays a major role.
Right. She played Bo-Katan, which is a Mandalorian warrior.
Yeah.
So the Mandalorian,
and that's also from the animated series.
Yes, that's also from the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And the Mandalore, he actually confronted them about their armor because they took their helmets off, obviously, and that goes against what he believes. He's never seen other Mandalores. So, yeah, he was kind of tripped out about that. And they revealed that he's a part of a cult that other Mandalorians aren't a part of. So, yeah, he's been secluded. He's a part of this cult. But what was really amazing about that, they of course, move into no, I forgot her name again. What is it? Ahsoka. Yeah.
Ahsoka Tao. Tao. Her last name is Tao.
And Ahsoka actually reveals the name of the child, and his name is Goku, which is really cool.
Grow, not go.
Oh, I was going to say, Goku. Wait, Goku, like Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, right. That's what everybody's thinking. Everybody's thinking Dragon Balls. I'm like, why would you make the name so similar to Dragon Balls?
Right.
Dude, my 4-year-old daughter calls him Baby Chew Yoda. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Hold here, I'll show you.
Oh Lord.
So he's getting his toys, but while he's getting his toys,
of course he is.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an adult man.
Oh no, it's an invisible.
Yoda's green, invisible, bro. Yoda's green, bro.
It's green.
Yoda's green, bro.
Ears.
We can't see Yoda. We can see Yoda's eyes.
He looks like a predator.
That'd be cool. Yeah. But this episode, if you guys haven't seen episode 6, you need to watch it immediately because so many things got dropped, so many things. At the end of the last episode, they actually mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn, So if you're a fan of the Legacy universe and Clone Wars, of course, Grand Admiral Thrawn was introduced in Clone Wars, making him a part of canon since they've done the sequel films, which is really
whoa. I think he was. I remember him being in comic books.
Yes, he's been in comic books and everything, but he wasn't official canon until the Clone Wars, the final season. Yeah, they put him in there. And now he's been mentioned by name in The Mandalorian, which is really awesome. Yeah. So, but this episode, man, I want to say so bad what happened. I really want to talk about it because
no, don't.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Let's talk about Thrawn. As a matter of fact, the actor who's everybody's dying to play Thrawn is the guy that replaced Johnny Depp in the Harry Potter prequels, isn't it?
Harry Potter prequels.
Well,
I'm confused
I don't know if it's
now.
going to be.
Are you talking about Pirates prequels? Pirates of the Caribbean?
No.
Harry Potter had prequels?
Yes.
The fuck?
Yeah, they're on like the second or third.
We have got the most non-nerd aboard as our engineer. Yeah, he had prequels. Yeah, and they showed 2 of them already. And Johnny Depp is a major character, but since the backlash of him being found guilty of abuse, or his spouse, they basically fired him. And now they hired this other guy that I'm trying to think of all the cool shit this guy isn't there a Hannibal TV series?
Yeah,
he plays Hannibal.
The TV series. He was also in Star Wars Rogue One. Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen. That's his name. Yeah. I mean, he's an amazing, phenomenal actor, and he's taking over the role that Johnny Depp had. So I don't watch those prequel Harry Potter. So. Yeah, well, that's what some people want. I actually would like to see Matt Smith from Doctor Who play that part. I think he would fall in line to be that character. I think he has the look, he has the mannerisms, the voice, everything. I think he could do it.
What did you say he was from? I didn't. You heard Doctor. I didn't hear
Doctor Who. He was the 11th.
Oh, Doctor Who. Oh.
Yeah, Matt Smith.
Okay, that would be a great Thrawn, wouldn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So let me make sure of something. Is this being streamed on the actual ScifiVisions Facebook group?
I believe it is. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe we can get some of our, because we got plenty of people now that might have an opinion on whom they think Thrawn would be better played by. But I like Sean's pick of the Doctor Who. That guy would be that guy would be perfect. So if you are watching,
we are on the Facebook page right now and on the group page, both. So,
all you have to do is comment, and we'll talk about it. If you guys, like I said, if you guys want to interact, feel free to comment on the video where you are watching right now. We'll bring it up. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube, all that good stuff.
So, Sean,
the show, we haven't done ScifiVisions as a podcast for almost 10 years, so we're kind of throwing this together, getting it all up, and trying to make sure we're doing a quality show.
Usually Sean's got it all organized. Like he was able, him and his wife I would shoot some silly section. Mine was more comedic, and him and his wife would have everything organized and then I'd splice it all together. So this is new. I mean, we even at the end of our first season, we had a blooper section. Freaking hilarious! Oh,
you got to say that next episode. That'd be great.
Full disclosure. I'm getting over a stomach bug too, so of course this is always fun to come on a new show, getting over a stomach bug and everything. So that's why I'm not as interactive tonight. Is because.
Well, it's luckily you haven't got a screen behind you because you're green already, so you just do some floating behind and talking about stuff you don't know about. Yeah, Starbucks.
Well, hey, we'll make a deal. We'll make a deal. By next Friday, I will go ahead. Can't believe I'm about to say this. I will give up and I will binge watch both seasons of The Mandalorian by next Friday.
Oh, good. All right.
All right, we're going to see about that.
That way, I will be ready to go for you.
And you also that leads into our next thing. You need to go ahead and binge watch Primal, the Adult Swim cartoon
Of course.
original.
Yes.
Go ahead and play that video because I watched all 10 episodes just like 2 days ago. It's amazing.
Has the first season of Primal already been completed?
Yes.
Oh, it has. Okay, so
we got a trailer, so I hope it is completed.
It is.
Okay, so I know absolutely nothing about this, but that looks badass.
Okay,
that motherfucker took that goddamn woolly mammoth to the woodshed.
We
beat the shit out of him.
This guy created the Clone Wars. He did all the animation for it. He also did Samurai Jack. I'm sure you're very familiar with Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack, yes.
Yes, so this is the same guy that's done Primal, and it is exactly as the title says. It's savage, it's brutal, it's primal. Like kids shouldn't watch this.
It's Adult Swim for crying out loud. I don't think too many kids are getting to watch Adult Swim. Then again, I mean, I was probably 10 or 11 watching American Dad and Family Guy, so I mean, I'm not even fucked up.
That's what's wrong with you.
Hey. Fucking love those shows. You hush your mouth. You shut your whore mouth. How dare you talk about it?
There's 10 episodes. If you
are they on demand?
No, it's on HBO Max. You can watch
HBO Max. Okay.
Yeah, there's a film that has all 4 of the first episodes together, or you can just watch them streaming. You know.
By the way, fuck HBO because I actually subscribe to HBO through my cable package. And I don't even think I get access to HBO Max, which is some bullshit. But, you know, we'll figure it out.
Well,
I don't think so.
The same thing with Disney and Mulan. I got Disney, but I think they charged to actually see Mulan,
yeah,
didn't
they did. They charged like an extra $20 or $30. Whatever they thought that the price for... And that's what they're doing with most new movies right now because of COVID. Which, I mean, it may become the new norm with all these movie theaters shutting down, but they're basically releasing them through on demand and charging a premium price, whatever they would think, you know, hey, it's going to cost about this much for you to go see it in the movie theater. I think it's like $20, and it's it's labeled as a new release or in theaters, and yeah, you buy it as an add-on.
In fact, you know what? We could go ahead and just skip to that part and talk about Warner Brothers because that's the next thing on our list.
Dude, I'm excited about these two we have trailers for. I guess we'll start off with the Matrix 4. I'm pretty excited about this.
Truth is an event, and only through experience can the veracity of a truth be verified.
Can you tell me what happened to you?
I can tell you that I only remember bits and pieces of my past. Two programs that I trusted sold the termination code of my original shell to the ScifiVisions.
Why did they do that?
For love. For the life of their child.
You knew about it, and yet you let it happen.
I had to.
Why?
Because the child is important. I can't tell you why, but I believe that one day the child will change both our world and your world forever. I am trying to prepare those that stand in the front lines of our coming trial. We stand upon the edge of a precipice, the fall from which we will not return. Each of us must find courage when we are most afraid to do what we must. That is our only hope. There's an old Chinese proverb I've always liked. The heart never speaks, but you must listen to it to know.
Okay.
So yet again, full disclosure.
Wait. Was that a fan-made trailer? I saw 3 different movies in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of splicing of the other 3 movies. The Wachowski brothers are working together with the Matrix 4, so they're going to be going. It's almost like a time travel type thing, but it's not, because it's just another. I guess the Matrix has been reset. And it's going again. So we're going to see things we've already seen. Basically, that's how I've understood it. But what we're going to do by showing these previews is that Warner Brothers is actually going to release these films on HBO Max and in theaters at the same time. So just like Mulan, it's probably going to be like $29.99 to actually watch the film the day it comes out, just like you would if you went to the theater. And they put that price on it because, popcorn, drinks, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
So full disclosure,
whole family can see it.
Full disclosure, it's been like 10 years since I've seen these films. I'm going to go back and watch like the fucking first 3 again because I enjoyed them quite a bit. And I want to fucking see the 4th one now.
The first one was okay. The other 2...
I thoroughly enjoyed the first one.
Yeah, the first one was great.
All 3 of them. I even liked the 3rd one because it had my boxer in it. It had Roy Jones, and he just just got fought Mike Tyson recently. And Roy Jones Jr. was in the 3rd one.
Well, the next
I call shenanigans on that fight too.
Right?
Well, but my point is he's in the Matrix Part 3. My point is to put somebody in the box.
My point is he should still be waking up right now. That fucking fight was
the
special.
next preview is the one I'm the most excited about. It's actually Dune, and this is the remake that everyone's been talking about. It's going to come out next year. Again, HBO Max and in theaters. Go ahead and play that one.
So I'm going to shoot straight with you. Not worth $30 to me. If it was free and I saw it on demand, okay, I may check it out.
I would say
not going to pay $30 to see it.
I like it. Fans have always.
I mean, it looks good enough,
Dune,
but
even way back from the remake before this, and the one that with Sting. It seems I've always heard negative. I guess I had the good fortune of not reading the book because I heard from the very first movie version it just butchered the book. But I never read the books. I just seen the movies. The first one with Sting was like blown. Jon Stewart, Captain Picard, Sting, and all these actor heroes that I know was in the first one, and then the remake. Okay, but I still enjoyed it, and I would have paid the price per admission. And this new one with John Baptiste, a wrestler, which is why I was waiting for Michael to perk up.
Oh no! I peeped
but
him. I peeped him out. My thing is this though. With this, did I see the one from the '80s? No. Full disclosure, maybe I would be more of a fan if I would have. But right now, I'm just like, man, if I see it on TV, I'll watch it.
Is there anything geeky besides wrestling that you have watched?
I think Barney and Friends.
Oh my God.
Maybe Barney. No, I mean, hey, I bring the non-nerd aspect to sci-fi vision novel.
You're that guy in the range of the nerds that screams nerds like nerds.
I'm the guy that's allowing you guys to be my tour guide through the geek universe. So far I have to binge watch Mandalorian this week.
Yeah.
So,
and we're going to have to get you to read our comic book so you know what we're talking about on the show. The comic book is going to be a big thing too.
Right.
So, yes, I'm pretty excited about that.
And that's the next thing that we were going to talk about as well. So, let's go ahead and there we go. The USS Audacious digital comic. Now, this is Mr. Donald's creation. Here's the Audacious. And we're going to let him take over and talk all about the Audacious and where it came from, where it's been, and where it's going.
Okay. The USS Audacious is another step away from Star Trek's Peaceful. It's a ship that I designed, and I even have the beautiful cutaway by Mr. McCulley in the back of me. The design was made by Ron Morris, me and him collaborated and put together a little starship that looked really mean, real mean and vicious. So we're going to have Sean. We're going to run you through a spoiler of the comic, and I'll explain some things to it. And I won't go all the way through it. I don't want to ruin it for you, but you'll probably notice some faces in the comic, and I'll give you a little bit of rundown. So Sean's going to switch me to share screen, and we'll get started. Let me know when I'm ready, Sean.
You're ready.
All righty. So you're right here. You're looking at the front book, and the handsome guy in the middle is our host, Sean Castleberry. So Captain Christopher Cross, and he's basically a military brat. He's most of his family served in Starfleet and everything. So he's got just these big shoes to fill in, and right now he's been limping along because him and his captain, when he served on the Oriskany before the Audacious, the USS Oriskany, some pretty bad stuff happened, and he almost got demoted, and his captain had to fall on his sword and let him keep his rank and his staying in Starfleet. So this new ship called the USS Audacious Aggressor class is his chance at redemption. So I would
just like to point something out, though.
Yeah,
Sean ain't that pretty in real life. I mean, you're fueling his ego here.
Okay, well,
pretty boy. Yeah.
Well, on the cover you'll see his doctor, his chief in command, and then the one on top. You'll probably notice that's Lal, and that'll be explained in the book how Lal, Data's daughter, is alive. And then down below Lal, you'll notice Captain Jameson. And we gave her the name of the first black female astronaut in real life. So we gave Jameson, the Admiral, that name because it meant something to us. And then, of course, at the bottom is the Klingons, and we'll get into the Klingons and what they have to do with this comic book. So let's just go to the first page, and I'm not going to read the dialogue. I don't want to spoil this comic. I just want to show you guys, that this is where the Klingons come in, and this is they're basically asking to speak to the Admiral Jameson. I'm not going to go into the specifics. I'll let you read that. And they're going to get into this big argument, and she's going to end. I'm skipping pages here. So this is where she's basically had it, and she's saying, we're stuck together, and the Klingons are desperate because actually the Klingons got caught doing something naughty. They were messing with the transphasic cloak too. And if any Star Trek fan knows about this transphasic cloak, it's been in 2 episodes. Like one where Riker, it's revealed that Riker was on the USS Pegasus, a ship that was designed by Starfleet with a cloak that allows you to pass through objects. And in this episode, Riker is just new. I think he was an ensign, and the people find out that the illegal cloaking device on the Pegasus is, being used, and they mutiny against their captain, and it ends up, lodged inside of a big meteorite. So yeah, so with that history, Riker is not going to be too fond of this, But we're in a timeline just before the show Picard. We're in a timeline that that's roughly maybe 10 years before the Picard show. So right now, Picard is an admiral. So we're going to skip ahead, and this is the called the Balaam Fleet, and it's the first star shipyard built off in the neutral zone between Kronos and the Federation, because they're collaborating and making this aggressor class ship. So that's the ship's being built. And in here we have a cutaway. See, this is the cloaking device of the transphasic cloak, and it's behind the starship bridge. And I'll zoom back out here for you. And this is halfway through the comic, so that you'll have your own cutaway of the Audacious, and made by an incredible artist, J. Macaulay. So Macaulay did this, and then I gave it the new skin of the new ship. But he's the originator that did this. So that's going to be a nice little centerfold for the reader of the comic. Then this is where the viewer or the reader goes to the USS Titan, and this is Picard asking Riker what the hell is going on. There's this new ship that Starfleet's building on in collaboration with the Klingons, and there's supposed to be this big I'm sorry what to call it. I forgot that. I'm getting dry mouth here, but anyway, it's breaking the law to make for Starfleet ships to have any type of cloaking device. Yeah, the treaty. Simple word. So they're breaking a treaty, but this is before everything goes to hell with the Romulans, so the treaty still stands, and the Klingons broke the treaty. Was not really breaking the treaty, but they found out word that the Romulans were working on a vessel, that they were going to get it right, because the second time we found out the Romulans were working on the transphasic cloak was in a vessel where Geordi and Ensign Rowe thought they were dead, but they were basically being in a transphasic phase or something, because the Romulans were trying to get this transphasic cloak to work on their ship, and everything went haywire. And so while they thought they were dead, they figured out, no, the Romulans are up to no good again. And so we basically extend that into, well, the Romulans have gotten it better, and the Klingons found out about it first and stole the technology, but then the Romulans retaliated and destroyed most of the Klingon shipyards and the prototypes. So the Klingons went to tell on the Cardassians, and the Federation is stuck having to do this. It's an arms race, or else the Romulans will come with the. They didn't just lose the ability to create these ships. They lost a lot of their shipyards and a lot of the prototypes. Well, so the Federation is having to make an arms race against the Romulans, and the Federation is
Hold up. Did you just say the Kardashians?
Romulans.
I swear to God, I just heard you say the Kardashians. I was like, wait, they're making a
possibly did, but yeah, the Romulans, the guys with the pointy ears, the descendants of Vulcans. Yeah, that's they're being naughty again, and the Federation is having to get sucked into this arms race and make their transphasic cloaks. Because if they don't have the Romulans have their whole fleet of transphasic cloaks, it's going to be over.
So basically, they're doing something with the Audacious that while it's breaking the treaty, they're just doing it for their own safety because they have to, because the Romulans are doing something else. They're just doing it to keep up with the Joneses, kind of.
Yes. And real quick, Michael, just to let you know, this is a graphic, novel written by Star Trek fans that love Star Trek, for Star Trek fans that love Star Trek. There's a lot of research into old episodes, that tie in together. I mean, multiple episodes that tie in together that build this entire story arc. That it's just amazing, the research and everything that was done.
Hey, real quick, it looks like the fourth member of the show just decided to show up. So here's the Manic Hispanic.
Hey.
What's going on, guys?
Hey. We're talking Star Trek here, explaining the new comic book that's going to be out May 10th.
This is two of my players. The other two decided not to show up tonight.
All right.
Had to cancel.
You guys are doing the D&D, right?
Yes.
Awesome. He was going to give us updates on his D&D game tonight.
Well, nothing's really going on. Like I said, we had two that canceled, so
They haven't started yet.
here we are 45 minutes into it, and I figured, well, I'll pop over and say hi.
All right. Well, Donald was doing a breakdown of the USS Audacious graphic novel, so he's going to go ahead and continue that. That's where we're at right now. And
all right.
There's the Audacious for you guys. You guys
Looks
have
like Voyager.
It's an aggressor class.
Okay, so if you want to find more about the Audacious, the website is Star Trek Audacious, one word.com. But the comic book, pardon?
Star Trek Audacious.com, correct?
You bet.
Okay, there we go.
And you'll get a very crude beginning of the comic on that website. But I'm giving you a quick preview of what's on the comic. So in the storyline, we're back to Riker, and I showed you the previous one where Picard is pretty pissed off, and he's telling Riker about the transphasic cloaking device being made with Klingons, and basically violating the Treaty of Alderaan. So here's Riker on the USS Titan zooming to the starbase to confront the Admiral, and you'll see him chiming the door. And then, there's the Admiral in the top left corner come in, and there's Riker trying to contain his anger, his rage. And, of course, he basically asks her, what the hell's going on. And she's going over a list of captains because they've already made their vessel. So Riker's trying to get information from her, and they're basically going to be debating the morals of this illegal ship, and the Admiral's like, look, if we don't do this, we're toast. We can't stand up against a fleet of Romulan transphasic cloaks. It's just
right. It's a catch-22. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You either break the treaty or you die.
Yeah, so that at the bottom right corner, the Admiral finally sees a name for her captain, and this is where we see Sexy Sean. This is going to be him waking up in his little bed quarters, You got a little, almost a butt shot of Captain. At the time, when this phone call, I guess you'd call it, he's just a lowly commander, and so that's him waking up, and I even gave him bedhead.
Hold up, this isn't realistic. The pretty boy's hair never gets bedhead.
So he's answering the admiral's call, and there's the admiral, like, bad time, and then she tells him, that I got a ship for you. I want you to be the captain of it. I'll promote you to captain. Go ahead and build yourself a crew. And so Sean, that's the end of the first one. So
that's pretty freaking sweet. I dig the hell out of that. So once again, that's StarTrekAudacious.com. I'm gonna definitely be checking that out pretty quick.
So we've been building this fan-made comic for about a year now. Has it been a year?
Yeah.
And Sean was all in from the get-go. I'm like, hey, I need a captain. And Sean's like, what? Yeah, and he just took these awesome pictures. And I just met Mr. Manic Hispanic here, so I've got evil plans for him, and I'm going to ask him live on our show. Would he like to be the evil Romulans in the upcoming issues?
Ooh, Romulan, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, so, I can do Romulan.
And I want it dead on your likeness, mustache and all, but pointy ears.
Right.
Same haircut and everything.
Yes.
So how do you think about that?
Yes, I could be Romulan.
Manny Hispanic's gonna be famous.
Yeah. So I can't give the story away too much, but the Romulans are there's going to be this big battle, this big fallout battle, and at first the Romulans got to get the drop on the aggressor class USS Audacious, and they managed to wiggle out of it, and the guy that's the Manic Hispanic, I need to learn your name, is going to play pardon?
Antonio.
So your likeness, the Romulan guy, is going to be the one that got us in trouble. There's the ship right there. Yeah. Sean's holding the 3D printed model of the actual ship. But I could show you a ship, another version. We actually had it designed, the Romulan ship that's attacking the Audacious. It's all intricate. It's all researched, and everything on these models has a function. So you know what? As a matter of fact, give me just 5 seconds and let Sean show off the model, or tell you what he knows about the Audacious, and give me 5 seconds to get the model of the Romulan ship.
So the USS Audacious, like you said, it looks a lot like the USS Voyager. It's an aggressor class. And what's crazy is right back here behind the bridge is a transphasic shielding device that actually makes it be able to phase through matter, like what happened with the Enterprise at that one time when they had to go and find the Phoenix. And that's what this comic is about, is this one vessel here. There's actually a whole fleet of aggressor ships, and they use the transphasic cloak to actually be able to go through things and to actually break the treaty and start catching up with the Romulans. So that's what's really cool about that. I like that a lot. He did a lot of research in all those old episodes and everything. So
yeah.
So what you're saying is what you're saying is the Romulans are the USSR, and you're the old USA in the Cold War.
Yeah.
That way. Yeah.
Very close. Yeah.
It's a lot like that.
Look
the
at
Romulans have their own little version of the transphasic cloak, but theirs is really buggy. And this big old boy here, this is going to be...
Oh, snap. Hold up. I like that one more.
Yeah.
This is going to be... and this was designed by Morris, the guy that does our 3D printed ships, and I'll have to put a link to his website on our next show.
Yes.
Why does Manny Hispanic get the pimped out ship? Like, what the hell?
Well, this is the one he's going to be commanding, his character.
Oh! Everybody gets to be a commander, but Mike.
And we're gonna have giveaways. Like on the show, you'll be able to get your own patch. Let me get this.
Ooh,
this
fancy.
patch right here.
I like that. I dig that.
So our viewers, free of charge, of course, will be able to get their own patch on the show. It used to be. This is the old one when we first started. So
Nice.
This is extremely rare to get. But yeah, it's going to be the round patch, and that's going to be absolutely free in our.
Oh snap!
Look
at the shirt.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to put these up. Let Sean wrap this up, and we'll talk about our next subject.
Okay. So while he's putting that up again, this graphic novel, man, he put so much into it, and there's been a writer in that first episode. I actually have been writing the second part of it, so we're in the middle of that, getting all of that finished right now. COVID, anything like that, everything's been kind of like, put on hold. Started finishing that up. In fact, Donald was saying that first part is actually going to be published soon, and he's going to have a hardback edition here very, very soon.
Ooh, snap!
That's cool.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We may very well be able to, when we get that taken care of, we may be able to do a giveaway.
But the cool thing that he did is he took people out, of the real world and put them in the comic. People
Absolutely.
that he personally knew. He's in it. His wife's in it. My wife's in it. Of course I'm in it, and it's the best part of it because I'm.
Yeah, of course. Here's the kicker, Manny Hispani. Here's how realistic it is. Sean's a drunk captain. I mean, realistic.
Well,
I mean,
a lot of leaders have issues like that. A lot of pressure.
Yeah. No,
I enjoyed the little spittle coming out of your mouth too when you were asleep there.
That's so realistic.
It really was. It was nice.
It is. Yes. I have to change my pillows out every day because of that. Yeah.
Now hold up though. I came to your defense, but now I gotta ask: do you indeed get bedhead?
Well, I mean, I kind of wake up and I have hat hair today because I've been wearing the hat all day.
Yeah, anybody that has length to their hair has bedhead.
This is true.
One reason I keep mine short.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it.
But no, I mean,
That's
normally, you guys saw me when I had my long hair. I would just show up to work. And it was always perfect. That's why I named the perfect hair.
True. It's unfortunate, but true.
Yeah.
So,
I hate giving his ego any sort of boost. We were actually giving you credit, though, Duck. I was saying I totally dug the spittle coming out of Sean's mouth while he was passed out.
Well, I'm actually getting used to his likeness. I could draw him without a picture almost now.
Wow.
I had to do so many pictures. He was so cooperative that he did this montage of pictures because I'm an amateur artist, as you can see in the comic. So I didn't know how to know someone's face and be able to give them this certain expression. So you got pictures of him hollering and pointing, and and it made the comic.
That's a big nose.
It is a big nose.
It really was what I needed to be able to have all a main character like the captain and have all the facial expressions and tics and everything. So he gave me all those, and unfortunately, I'm still not there. So
now, Duck, I will warn you. I need
a lot of pictures.
When this comic starts coming to an end, I guarantee you, Sean Castleberry's going to be wanting to come to the table and renegotiate his contract. I mean, I think he's going to want close to like $300-400 an episode.
Yeah, easy. Well, we never know because bad guys get famous too. So Tony's going to have
to because Manny's going to come to the table.
Hey, will you sign my rivaling ears for me?
Well, one thing I'm already thinking about are some of these Comic-Cons that are going on.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, if we could book into some of these places and get a booth or a table
Yeah.
at some of these.
And I'd gladly give you like because we get bags have these patches and stuff, and you can give the patches away at the
yes.
You know? So
absolutely.
I mean that because I'm in Arkansas. Donald actually has more access to more comic cons and things like that than I. We're stuck here in the Mid-South, so it's kind of hard.
I was about to say we have Little Rock, and that's about it. I think.
Well,
there may be one in Fayetteville.
St. Louis, there's New Orleans, there's some big cities, Houston, Dallas, but I mean it's just having to get there.
Yeah,
right.
Plus COVID going on, like you mentioned in Holton production right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there.
Fixing my lighting here. My whole system when I went to put up the ships, I took my whole. I'm glad I didn't crack my laptop. Everything just fell down, and so
it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna get back to my group here. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will catch up with y'all later.
Right on. Enjoy, Manic Hispanic.
Awesome.
Well, that was definitely fun. So I'm interested now. Of course, once again, I do want to toss this back up here. StarTrekAudacious.com is where you can go and get the details on all that is that graphic novel coming out. And speaking of which, or digital comic, excuse me. Speaking of which, we got one more topic to transverse here.
Yes, the Black Rain graphic novel.
I love the pause. I love the pause that Sean's just like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Motherfucker, you made this format.
Okay, hold on. Let me set this up. Let me go to theblackrain.com for you guys.
Ooh.
So yeah, we've even got a website for that.
Hold on,
so
I got you. Black Rain.
So here it is. Okay, show my screen. And
you've got to share your screen first, Bubba.
Oh, that's right. Oh, of course. Duh. Sorry.
We're learning as we go.
Yes, absolutely. For everybody that's wondering what's going on here, this is the first night that Sean and Duck have had access to the actual studio, so they're still learning to play around, how to play around with everything and what everything does and everything. So bear with us.
Bear with us. So let's see. Let's go entire screen, and I'll share it with you.
Here we go. And then, go ahead and click over.
Okay, so we'll click on the Black Rain.
There we go. And we're up.
The Black Rain. Go. Don't go. This is going to be the next project after, and this is going to basically be. I'm glad we mentioned Dungeons and Dragons, because this is going to be Dungeons and Dragons in space. This is going to be Dungeons and Dragons Star Trek. So
really?
Klingons are going to be orcs. It's kind of like simple, like you can guess what each race is going to be. The goblins are basically going to be Ferengi. The elves are going to be Vulcans. So this is going to be, but everything is going to be sci-fi. So it's my way of making. I got the idea.
That's kind of cool how you're blending it together.
Yeah. So I got the idea from the Netflix show with Will Smith called Bright, and on that show, we're in a timeline, our timeline, where everything fantasy ended up being real. So there's elves, and they're really decadent, and and they're snobs, and the orcs are sort of ghetto, and so it's just really cool. So I like that. It gave me an idea, but I've always had something called the Black Rain, but I wanted to bash that with my current storyline with characters that I wouldn't have to worry about getting sued, because orcs and elves and all that stuff is pretty much and everything. So so the Black Rain means the black is space. It's my way of saying Star Wars, basically. Black is space, to reign, obviously rule. So it's like clever way of saying Star Wars. So we'll keep you posted on that.
And that's a little bit of, and that's what ScifiVisions is all about, honestly, is that it's just a bunch of guys that get together, girls too, Didn't mean to exclude anybody. A bunch of guys and girls to get together that love science fiction, fantasy, and horror, and we talk about it all the time. And we are very creative. We do our own stuff, graphic novels, writing books, trying to make videos, podcasts, different things like that. There's a graphic novel that I'm working on, an original story my wife and I have talked about.
That's going to suck.
That sounds great. Yeah,
that's going to suck. That's going to be terrible.
By the way,
the premise is pretty interesting.
But something important before we get into, I want you to actually tell Aaron's idea. But one thing that's really important that we didn't say is we're dying for input on the fan-made Audacious. It's not just us, it's just a collaboration of just strangers that love Star Trek and come up with ideas. And
absolutely. I think there's a Facebook group now, correct? I believe I joined it. Yeah. So, feel free. Hold on. Let me look here. Star Trek USS Audacious NCC 60650. Once again, that's Star Trek USS Audacious NCC 60650 on Facebook. All you have to do is search it out. I know it's long, but get in there and give us some input. What'd you say?
She's never said that.
but yeah. But yeah, we're dying for input for fans, And if you have just a small idea, post it private. If you want to be, you don't want everybody reading your idea, private message us. If you got villains or something that's a little off canon, because we try real hard to research all of the technology, and we got it down to like just the cutaway it's deck by deck. Seriously, right. It is meticulously researched. But before we have the actual launch, and there was one thing I forgot to correct you on, Mike. It's going to be the comic is going to come out after May 10th, but what comes out May 10th is the actual paper. It's going to be a physical comic, and it's for free. And we're we're only gonna be able to release about 100 copies, and see if it's successful. If it's successful, those copies are going to be for free, and you'll be able to get a copy through the show. So guys, keep watching the show, and we're going to have lots of contests. And hopefully you could get yourself a cool USS Audacious patch, pretty cool, and a copy of the comic. But it will be free for everybody digitally after the hard copy. I don't want to call it hard copy. After the actual
physical comic.
Yeah, comic will come out on May 10th. So that's something for you guys to keep watching the shows, because we're going to have so many things coming out for the show. I want to give out free T-shirts. I did that before a couple of maybe not a couple, but a year ago, where all you had to do was just make a comment on the Facebook group, and then private message Sean or me an address to send your free T-shirt. And we're going to be giving out free ScifiVisions T-shirts too. But give us your ideas, any kind of ideas. Don't be shy. You want to be you got an idea for a character? You want to be in the comic?
Right.
Holler at me.
That's cool.
I'm on the ScifiVisions group. My name is Donald Spix, SPIX, not Spit. Spix, SPIX, and Sean Castleberry's on the ScifiVisions group page, and just private message the admin, and give us your ideas, or you can go direct to the source, which is the Star Trek Audacious NCC 60650. So that's again Star Trek Audacious NCC 60650, and send us your ideas, or if you just want to get a free patch or get your hands on the actual physical book. You gotta holler at us. Closed mouths don't get fed. Back to you, Sean.
Touche.
So,
Back to you, Sean.
next week we will talk about episode 6 of The Mandalorian. We don't want to spoil it for everybody. I've already seen a few reviews already, and they're giving away everything. So yeah, we don't want to be those guys. So when episode 6 happens, we're going to talk about it the next week. Episode 7, we're going to talk about it the next week because we don't want to spoil everything for everybody. But you got to see episode 6. It was amazing.
It was the
Everyone
bomb.
go see that. Yeah. Well, I mean, Donald and I watched it together online. I mean, it was just, yeah. But no, this is what we do. Again, we can talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror. We encourage everyone to give us any ideas that they want. Come join us if you want. Come on the show, talk about things. If you have ideas for the graphic novels, you want to make your own graphic novel. If you want to start your own podcast and talk about something, come on, and we will work with that too, because we do Podcast 49, SR Network. We have a whole lot of different shows like ScifiVisions, The American Idiots, Clear and Convincing. And yeah, man, just email us, contact us, message us, let us know what you want.
And of course, he forgets the one show that all three of us are on coming up this Sunday, the Shenanigans podcast.
Right.
And this Sunday, we're going to be talking about Waco, which I was shocked to learn at the beginning of this episode that Mr. Duck down there wasn't familiar with Waco. So I'm gonna have to toss him some information on Waco so he can understand how devastated me and Sean and how angry me and Sean are going to be on Sunday at the government.
Right.
So that's going to be something excellent to turn in. They'll let you know that we got all different types of shows for everybody. You know, we got the political ones, we got the ones that are just basically just talk shows talking about anything, and of course the ScifiVisions. And don't get fooled by the name. Just like Sean said, we talk about fantasy, we talk about horror. You know what? We talk about nerdy stuff. If you got something cool about My Little Pony, but it's nerdy, you know, you're a My Little Pony fan.
My Little Pony, My Little Pony.
Yeah, show us your pictures. Anything nerdy, you know. I mean, we got Mike up there, you know, pretending not to be a nerd, but he's a wrestling nerd, so we can talk about wrestling if you want to.
In fact, one of our
Justice show on that
was a professional wrestler, right?
Ooh.
Eric Moran.
Yeah, we have
I'll be
an
damned.
actual professional wrestler that's a professional cosplayer. He's like the ambassador of cosplay.
Here's one for you. The Manic Hispanic's also a pro wrestler.
He
If it's somebody that I know, you can almost guarantee at this point that they have some sort of affiliation with professional wrestling.
Even Mike
Sean
can
and
get in the ring, if you can imagine that.
Yeah. So if you had any kind of geeky stuff that you want to get your geek on, you know, don't let the sci-fi name fool you. We like to talk about things that are all
Absolutely.
geek. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure we're going to end up talking video games. I'm sure we're going to end up talking all sorts of stuff, music, all sorts of stuff.
I'm really big into the Dragon Age that's on the PlayStation system. I've loved that game for years. Dungeons and Dragons. Antonio was just on just a few minutes ago. He was having a group together playing Dungeons and Dragons. My family and I played the 5th edition.
Hold up.
Do a live broadcast. We're all going to get together and do a campaign.
Oh, shit. Hold up. Quick question. Are y'all going to get the PS5 or the Xbox One Series S or X or whatever the fuck it is?
You know what? Hold up. Give me 3 seconds.
I'm going to wait until next year. I've decided. I'm waiting until next year. These motherfuckers are blowing smoke more than me when I vape. I'm pretty sure I'm going to chill out until next season around Christmas time. But I mean, definitely when we get into video games and shit, I'm going to definitely enjoy myself there because I love playing video games and everything. But yeah, PlayStation 5 is fucking crazy.
The PlayStation 5. But then somebody told me about the Oculus.
Oh shit! The virtual reality.
Yes.
That one?
If you play this, console games are gonna. You're not gonna be able.
How
to
is it compared to? Because I always and learned this recently since I've gotten this desktop. Desktop games are 10 times better than console games. How is it compared to the desktops?
Well, the cool thing about this is you can combine some desktop games. You can play Dragon Age in virtual reality.
What?
Yes,
Dude,
you can. It's called the virtual desktop. So the Oculus 2 and even the one before this, the Oculus Rift. Yeah. But this is the two. I had to get the best one because it's wireless.
I can't see the name, but it says I am considering the PS5, but it'll be a little while.
Right.
It'll definitely be a little while for me if them motherfuckers keep overheating. I'm just saying, $500 and them damn things are shooting smoke.
There's no overheating with this bad boy.
That's the thing with new technology. You never buy the first generation. You always wait until the second or third generation.
And that's what I thought about buying. That's what I had reservations about this, but actually, it's wonderful because it's basically playing a PlayStation wireless.
Well, and see now
you can actually go on board the Starship, and a group of you, it groups everybody as automatically. You'll wait a couple of minutes, and you can be at a console and have somebody in the back of you actually virtually being the captain. You can be the pilot, on a Starship. Taking commands with your friends, or just the three of us, we all had one of these, could actually play a game in virtual reality. I mostly like the boxing game, and I'm telling you, I'm warning you, if you play this virtual, you'll see the boxer in front of you in 3D. I mean, height and everything. It'll look like a person.
The only thing that scares me about that is I'm gonna fall on myself. I don't have an empty room where I'm not gonna just fall flat on my face at some point.
Let me explain that. This thing has a guardian mode. So what it does, you'll set it up to where it'll give you a circle, as big as you want it to be. And when you're nearing that circle, you'll see a red grid come up in your game. And I'll warn you, hey, you're going beyond your boundaries. You don't want to, you're going to crash into something. So
that's crazy.
It keeps you safe, and especially when it's wireless like this. So that's my plug for the Oculus. It is awesome.
Dude, hold up now. I may have to check one of those out because that sounds interesting. And I think this is Dina again. He said, or she said, do you get vertigo with those things?
Okay, yes, they have really worked out because my wife gets vertigo, and so I had to get games and certain things that helped her with that. Like she couldn't play, she couldn't play the boxing game too well because the boxing game you're moving around and you're getting physical. But I had to smarten up and get her games like the Star Trek one. You're just sitting down and you're at a console and you're trying to work, with your captain. I gave her the aerobics one, to where she's just inside a round guardian circle. So all she has to do is mimic the instructor, and she's basically getting her exercise on like that, and she loves it. Or the Cirque du Soleil one, where I didn't know that they're putting virtual reality cameras on certain actors, whatever, because they've got the Cirque du Soleil where you're not looking at them, you're on stage with the actors. Yeah. And it's just mind blowing. You're part of the freaking show.
Bro,
and it's got
so badass.
Remember the Ghost in the Machine with the Scarlett Johansson that plays the Black Widow?
Yeah.
Well, you're in that movie when she's kicking ass like this dojo with these were they Japanese or Chinese? But anyway, these bots, and you're just sort of like watching these bots get their butts kicked around you while you're in the movie.
Fucking awesome.
So yeah, and they've got a bunch of concerts to where you can actually go to concerts.
Now hold up, I'm a little bit.
What is this called?
The Oculus.
Oculus 2, but the Oculus Rift is cheaper because it's older. And and it's got a cord. It's got a black cord.
Where do you get it? Like Best Buy?
Pardon?
I think you buy it online.
Oculus.com. Let me type that out for everybody. .com. Hold up, I gotta move my.
I'll bring it up here for you. Now the thing is with this though, I'm kind of a snob. How does the sound work? Because I'd want to be immersed in sound as well.
How does the sound work?
Yeah.
Well, the sound work to where. Hold up, let me get the machine again here.
Hold up, we were done, and all of a sudden we nerded out.
Yeah, this thing's got speakers built into it.
Right. Okay.
So it's much better sound system on this one, but it's also got a jack. See that?
Okay, so you can plug in headphones.
Well, you can put headphones on and then put this thing over your head, and you're seeing.
Bro.
And this one's more sophisticated because if you tap it twice, it'll give you black and white virtual eyes. Well, so you're basically watching through the cameras all around this thing. And so you can, like my kid, I'm playing Doom, and the monsters in Doom are like my height, and it's got the surround sound because it's built into the headphones. So my kid comes and taps on my shoulder, and Jesus Christ, so I'm able to double click, tap the headset and see him, and like, what do you want? Did I tell you not to disturb Daddy when he's in VR? But anyway, they have this one's more sophisticated, so you don't really need the headphones. But if you have the headphones, make sure you lock your door and you're away from your girlfriend or your kids, because I had two incidents. The one I just mentioned, the one where I swear to God, I'm not a bad person, but I had the damn thing on me, tapped me, and I kind of, I hit my kid. I hit him. I didn't mean to. He scared the shit out.
I could understand.
I'm fighting monsters, and they're making these sounds, and you can actually hear the footsteps of the monster, so you can tell, but it's left and right, so you can hear the footsteps coming, and I'm spinning, and him, Dad, whoa, pow, and, I tell her, oh my God, I'm so sorry, are you okay? And I didn't really nail him, it was the back of my hand, because I, went like that. But yeah.
You're a successful salesperson. I think this is Dean again said, Doom on that thing would be awesome. Now you're making me want one. Right? I mean, that's the thing.
It's awesome.
The only other thing...
You get games that are suited for you. As far as the sickness and everything, like my wife, I got her the fishing one, and I thought that was gonna be boring, and now I'm hooked. I'm like, it's got all these crazy fish, the zombie fish, and I'm like trying to get, and you look, and okay, I'm warning everybody, you will look like an idiot. You're doing this, and I got to see my wife doing it, and she always cracking up. She walk into the room, and I'm like, what's the big deal? And I got to see her doing it. And, if you see this guy boxing, you see me boxing and everything, you look like an idiot. But the boxing one will kick your butt. Get your cardio at least. Do some walking or something before you do the boxing one. They got three ones. They got a generic one, and that one's a little bit of nothing but like $6. Then they got the Apollo, not Apollo, Creed, his son. From the Creed movies. They got that boxing game. You can take on Rocky or fight Creed or Apollo Creed, his father. And that one's pretty fun. And they got the more animated one, which is mine, like the Royal Rumble, I think it is. And it's like, I like that one because it reminds me of Mike Tyson's boxing. And
Lord.
Characters like Big Hippo and all that.
Mike Tyson Punch Out. I love that.
I think I need to get one.
So my only question, though, too, would be, is there, have they set up a network where you can go online, play other players with Oculuses, things like that?
Yeah, so, well, like I said, this one you can actually just download the games and then hook this up to your Wi-Fi. Mm-hmm. So you're basically on Oculus Part 2 on Wi-Fi. Like mine's has got my name on it because me and my wife both got ones, and I didn't want her grabbing mine, so I have my name on mine. But we can both do things like we can watch movies together. You can go to the virtual theater and you can watch these movies that are just insane. Like there's something called Mr. Robot. They got TV shows that I didn't know that have a virtual reality feature to it. So this has been going on for years. I had no idea.
Now, Mr. Robot's the show that Rami Malek was in, right? The guy who played Freddie Mercury.
Exactly. So you're in this you're in the show and he's in this apartment. And you're looking around in the apartment, you know. Driving games. I love the driving game because
dude, that would be fucking epic.
You'll have this on and you'll turn around and you'll see the back of the car. You'll see, the back seat. You're looking in the rearview mirror upward, and you can see behind you. You see the rearview mirrors on the sides and everything. It's that interactive. So I had to geek out and buy the steering wheel.
Yes.
So I could actually grab a steering wheel and drive. So you're driving and you get one with vibrates and everything. It's the bomb. And when you're just looking, when you see the cars coming up behind you, you actually look into your right to see it.
No, you cannot buy a vibrator for this.
No, but this sounds pretty fucking epic. Hold on. I may put my PlayStation 5 on hold and get one of these because
they do have a PlayStation VR. And PlayStation VR does have my favorite boxing game, does have the Star Trek one. It's just this one right here is not limited to just kid games. Like this one, oh my God. I got pervy, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but you got this VR girls or whatever. So my wife
snap! Hold up now! What else are you doing in virtual reality?
Yeah. So
hold up now.
So anyway, but it's not just that. I'm not going to go too pervy or whatever, but I'm saying you have the fight games that with real blood and
I think they have a Twilight Zone episode based upon what you were just talking about, Doug.
But anyway, it has just so many more. It's not just Mario type. PlayStation 4 has a VR system for it, and it's very clean. It's like your Android store. They don't give you anything really too adult, So there's an adult show with violence, like the action games and shows that I like. You want to get a type of Oculus. So there's no limit, And it's basically way back in the 90s when they had the Nintendo Mortal Kombat and you had the Genesis Mortal Kombat. In Nintendo, you'd hit the guy and all that blood would be blue, so it represented sweat, But this is basically the PlayStation version of Mortal Kombat, where you get to see the blood and the head decapitations. So the games are more they just got more freedoms with this that you wouldn't be able to get.
I'm not a big gamer, so I've never heard of this. That's great.
But if you got to play something that I love, that's called Elder Scrolls, and they have a VR version of it, and you're walking in that fucking cave, and you're basically going uphill. You feel steep. It feels like you actually I can't help but lean sometimes when I'm going uphill in some parts or whatever. And you're actually turning your head and peeking around corners and stuff. You're going to be a gamer. You're going to feel that, and you actually pull back, on the remotes, and you're pulling back on your arrow and you're trying to steady your hand to make that shot. That's gonna make you a game.
Epic. I dig the shit out of that. Can you imagine like Call of Duty on this shit? Motherfuckers are gonna have like goddamn.
They do have it.
Good. They do. Wait, what?
Yeah. It's not Call of. You can play previous video games that weren't made for virtual reality, but it'll feel like virtual. There's certain games in Call of Duty that look VR anyway. So when you got this thing wrapped around your eyes, it's almost like it was made for VR.
Only reason why I
have games that are made for VR that are Call of Duty first-person shooters, just like the Doom one I was telling you about. It's just that Doom is more spookier than Call of Duty, because when you got those damn ear speakers in your earphones, and you hear this, you can specifically know it's in your left back rear where it's coming from. You actually turn around and something's coming up on you. You're gonna love it. Batman.
Yeah. Just thinking about it. As soon as I said that, though, I'm sure if they did do, anything completely immersive with war games, I'm sure, veterans and stuff like that, you may have some issues with some PTSD and stuff like that. So, yeah, I can understand why they may be hesitant to do something.
Well, yeah, they do. Well, they already have it. They do have war games on VR. But they also have geek games like Batman. And when you basically, you you go to the Batcave and you put on all this gear. Because it's like first-person shooter. So all you can see is just your hands putting on gloves. And then you turn towards the mirror, and the mirror is responding to you. When you tilt your head like this, it turned me white, so I had to, be cool with that. But I'm this white Batman looking in the mirror, and when I tilt my head, it tilts its head, and, you're basically, you're in the bat, so you look down at your stomach, and then you see the back crest on you, and you got, interactive stuff on your belt when you pull out the batarang and then you can actually shoot it, VR and zip away. It starts when you're on top of one of the buildings in Gotham. And you're actually looking down at the streets and the cars going by, and it's all immersive. It's all 3D.
I dig that. I dig the shit out of that. We're going to have to do a whole episode on video games coming
the Batman game's got a cool, very, very cool, twisted, kind of Night Shyamalan ending to it. And it's got Mark Hamill as the Joker in the VR game. He's doing something as the Joker.
That's definitely worth it.
Yeah, Sean, that microphone sucks ass.
Does it really? Is it that bad?
It sounds like an intercom. It sounds like an intercom.
You sound like a midget. Hi, is my mic working? Can you see it?
See, now I can't even hear you.
Yeah.
You suck ass. You muted yourself.
I know. So now we just see your forehead and the top of the
giveaway. It's the microphone with the line through it. That's the mute button.
Fine, I'm back. Yeah.
We still see your
I
forehead.
got something for you while I was at the store.
Get off your knees, boy. Get off your knees. We still see your forehead. That's all we see.
Oh, I love y'all.
Sean, stop begging. Get off your knees.
I'm not on my knees.
What are you talking about?
What?
We can only see your forehead.
What are you talking about? I can see my whole body.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I was about to say, wait, I thought we were making a joke. Now, yeah, I can see everything.
Okay. That's awesome.
I got you.
Lord. Okay, y'all. Anything else we want to address before we get out of here?
No, I think we finally covered it all. I had fun today.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun talking about that Oculus. You're a hell of a salesman.
We just talked about Oculus for 30 freaking minutes. That's amazing.
Right?
Right?
That's fucking epic, bro.
You need a job.
Wait.
What we need to do.
Here's something cool. You can see my screen. So I can actually show you the Oculus games next time.
I was about to say what we need to do is we need to...
What is that? The streaming service for gamers. What is that? My kid does that.
Discord.
Streamlabs, I think.
Yeah, Discord. Yeah, that's
Discord.
So you could go into Discord with that, and people could watch you play in your virtual reality.
Yeah.
Well, and see, what's beautiful about that is we all three need to get one, and then we need to stream it.
Yeah.
Just fucking kill shit.
Yeah, we don't need an outside program. All I have to do is open Steam VR right now, and since you can see my screen, you can see some of the stuff I'm talking about.
Dude, I love Steam.
Wow.
Steam's awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm just
Steam's got its own VR games. You know, Steam had to get in on the VR.
Dude, fuck yeah, Steam's like the leader of video games in that area.
So
Steam's
what we need to do is show Sean the fantasy ones like Dungeons and Dragons and freak him out with that.
I would love that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, let's wrap this sucker up because my food just got here.
Your what just got here?
My food just got here. I'm back.
I thought you said your food.
Everybody, join us in next Friday when we're going to actually talk about the new Star Wars episode. It'll be a week old then, but we're not going to talk about the new. I'll say this much: Boba Fett related.
Yeah.
I just say that.
Okay, that's all you had to say. Yeah, Boba Fett. Go watch episode 6.
Yeah, and and we'll see, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Oculus, and maybe even show you some games, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Star Trek fanfic, and maybe we'll get some of you guys to throw some ideas at us. All right?
Absolutely. Well, y'all.
So I'm Duck. That's Sean. Mike. I'll see you soon.
We'll see you Sunday.
Yep, we'll be on Sunday on the Shenanigans podcast here.
That's
on
right.
Podcast Network 49. We'll see you Sunday at
What
7.
will we be talking about Shenanigans, by the way? Or have we?
Waco.
We're going to be talking about Waco.
Waco. Yes, I don't know anything about Waco. That's right. I just know about Waco shooting. So,
Absolutely. Mike's
having tiny heart attacks, just like we have heart attacks when we talk about the Mandalorian. And you never seen an episode. Right. Mike's it's reversed with Waco because me, I'm like Waco, the shooting. And Mike's like, wait a minute, wait, okay, so we'll see you then at the Shenanigans show.
All right, see you later, visionaries. Have a good one. What?
SciFiVisions. Here we go.